Hello, my lovelies. This is going to be your weekly shadow work and advice. So let's see what kind of stuff we need to know from our higher self. What are some things that maybe we need to work on releasing? We have, let's see, the 111 portal coming on the 11th. So that would be Thursday, I believe, the day that this will play for you. So that's about manifesting. 1 is a number of creation, so fresh starts, new beginnings. So what is it that you're trying to release in order to make room for that new beginning? So let's see what we have going on for you guys. You know what? Let's start with the conversations with our inner self. So these are triggers. If it resonates, you can either sit with the emotions, talk it out with yourself, journal about it, however you see fit to try and process through whatever triggers you come to light. Let's see what we have. I feel like I'm tripping over my words, so communication might be a struggle for somebody this week. Let's see what we need to see. All right, if I can pick it up. Professional life. How does your shadow self affect your professional life? So you might be different from how people see you in the real world versus how maybe they see you at work. Secrets. What is your biggest secret and why is this a secret? And how would you feel if others knew? Parental values. What were your parents' or guardians' core values growing up as a child? And how has this influenced you? And limiting beliefs. What are your self-limiting beliefs? So those might be some triggers. Let's see how we integrate or find the balance. What do we need to know? Understanding. How can you use your shadow self to deepen your understanding of others? Empathy. How can you use your shadow self to develop empathy for others? Core values. What are your core values and why are these so important to you? Feeling freedom. Think about feeling completely free. What images or memories come to mind? All right, interesting. Okay, let's see what we have for the shadow work. What do we need to know? That was quick. What do we need to know this week? Well, it starts to look like we have a lot of big changes that are coming up. So some of those could involve our finances. I feel like work frustrations are going to finally start to kind of level back out. You could be changing jobs. You could be negotiating a different pay scale. There could be some new opportunities coming in. So the frustrations start to be alleviated. We have a lot of confusion, and I feel like you're finally starting to see things more clearly. So the confusion will also be something that starts to be alleviated. There could have been like a falling out with somebody, some arguments. There could have been like an ending somewhere, and I feel like there's conversations that need to happen to kind of clear the air, and somebody's avoiding change. That's typically not going to happen when the Tower card comes out. This is in the shadow, so it can either be more or less dramatic. It depends on everybody else's situation. But I do feel like when the Tower comes out that things will change regardless. So it's best to go with the flow and kind of embrace those changes. And it looks like somebody is a little fearful of change, or they're fearful to take action. So I feel like gathering your confidence is going to be key for you to actually be able to step into this next chapter in your life, whatever that happens to be. So far, it looks like work. I do see that there could be some love stuff coming as well. We have the Emperor. When he's in the shadow, it's not the greatest energy. He's feeling like he's either being undermined or he's feeling weak, like he's not making the bold moves that he normally would. He could be somebody who's kind of arrogant or lashing out. Not the greatest of energy, so we want to kind of flip that around. He's also somebody that I would suggest you don't want to cross in this energy. Not that it's probably going to show up. So down here in the corner of the card, there's literally like somebody else's head down here that he's taken off. I feel like he's somebody who, when he's in this energy, that he can be kind of ruthless and very cutthroat, quite literally. And I feel like he's the type in this energy that he's not going to take no for an answer, that he's somebody who can be ruthless and cruel, and that he may have a reputation that precedes him in this energy. Not the greatest energy. We want the Emperor to be in a very balanced energy because he's the divine masculine. So in this energy, he's not. He's still working on some things. He's either eliminating Could be anything that's just not working in his current situation, whether he's letting go of relationships, jobs that don't work, obstacles that are holding him back, but he's planning. And some of his plans he might kind of jump the gun on a little bit. He might move a little too quickly someplace where he needs to kind of slow down and reevaluate things. So be careful with that energy. All right, so Ace of Coins. We definitely have the need for some new money coming in. So I feel like you could be changing jobs. I think you felt like you missed like an offer. I can't talk today. I don't know what's going on. So there could be an opportunity that you feel like you missed out on, but I feel like if it's really meant for you, it's going to circle back around. It's funny how in this deck, the coins are serpents, and so it's the infinity sign. We are in an 8-year, so 2024, if you add up 2 + 2 + 4, it's 8. So 8 is the symbol of abundance. It's infinite. So start calling those things in. We have the power to actually create the life that we want. It's part of it is hard work, and part of it is positive thinking and things like manifesting and affirmations. So I feel like you're trying to pull in streams of infinite abundance to you. Maybe something didn't work out how you wanted it to. Maybe it wasn't the right opportunity, so be open to new ones that are coming in. Aces are always about new opportunities. All right, we have the Queen of Wands. So you might feel like you want to kind of hide right now, especially if you're dealing with this Emperor that's in this not so great energy. I feel like some changes are about to occur and you're going to have to kind of step out of your comfort zone. You may have to kind of deal with some attention. Maybe it's negative attention that you're dealing with. I also think that this is where you start to see kind of what you're made of. I feel like you're cast in the spotlight for some reason or another. Maybe it's work related, maybe it's something else, but that there's all of a sudden a lot of attention on you for some reason or another. So you're going to have to get used to that, and you're going to have to find your courage. The Queen of Wands is also a master manifester. So maybe you're manifesting more money. Maybe it's love. We do have the Lovers here. There needs to be a choice made, and I feel like somebody's kind of lacking confidence or really not making any efforts to go forward. I feel like they could have some competition. I feel like this Emperor is kind of wanting to come in and have a clean slate and a fresh start, and I feel like he's really charging forward where maybe another person is kind of sitting in the background and not really doing their part. It's kind of odd energy that I'm picking up. I feel like this Queen of Wands is trying to behind the scenes kind of orchestrate things to happen where all of a sudden things are being illuminated and she's going to be in the spotlight. I also feel like there is like an energetic pull between the two of these people, the Queen of Wands, the Emperor, and we have the Lovers here. So could be dealing with an Aries, Sagittarius or Leo, air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Let's see what else we have. All right, so we need to gather our strength. We need to make sure that we're operating on all 8 cylinders. We need to make sure that we are being courageous. You can overcome whatever these obstacles are, but I feel like it's going to take mental determination and strength. And so maybe, oh, I love this. So on this card, it's like they're charming the snake. They're like playing the flute and charming the snake. Come on, camera, focus. So in this card, she's literally like charming the snake. So maybe you're going to be the snake charmer, and you're going to actually be able to kind of maneuver around some obstacles and be able to kind of slither away unharmed or unscathed. There's also an arrow, a bow and arrow on this card. And so arrows are symbolic for setbacks and then being catapulted forward in a new direction. So don't let whatever this setback is deter you from where you really should be. Know that the setback is really setting you up for the trajectory of the new path. We have Justice, so I do think there needs to be some equal give and take, and I feel like that's what's lacking in a lot of things right now. Whether it's work, whether it's finances, love, whatever, that there's really the need for things to be balanced, and I don't think that they currently are. So some changes need to occur. We do have the Tower card here. So quit avoiding the change and allow the change to happen. I feel like it could also be a legal issue that maybe doesn't go as planned. In the shadow, it would be like all reversals. So we need to realize that if we are facing challenges like that where something doesn't go as planned, there's a reason for it, and the balance has to be restored. And so sometimes it's like you got to go back to the drawing board, or you have to change something that's not working. You aren't wanting to work well with others, so that could definitely be a hindrance this week as well. I feel like you're gonna need to either engage with group activities, team efforts, maybe it's collaborating with source, but there definitely needs to be listening to your higher self. I feel like you could be ignoring your intuition right now. I also feel like team efforts maybe haven't gone according to plan, and so you're just trying to do it all by yourself, but that's not going to work. All right, we have the Page of Cups. So I feel like there could have been somebody who was very immature that maybe made an offer, but it was kind of like a half-assed attempt at a love offer. I feel like the feelings are real, but I also think that this person doesn't really maybe know what they want, or that they're unable to really communicate effectively. I also feel like this could be somebody that has a crush on you that maybe is afraid of rejection, because we see that the cup is being spilled out here. So it's almost like they feel like if they express their feelings to you that you're going to reject them. A lot of fear attached to that card. I feel like if this person speaks from the heart, that they might be surprised that the feelings could be reciprocated, but they're hiding, so that's not helping the situation. All right, how do we find the balance? What do we need to know this week? All right, so we've waited a very long time for something to change, I feel like, with work. So that's about to happen. So whatever it is that you needed to change, whether it's like an investment paying off, job change, whatever, that your ships are coming in, the wait is almost over, and that the timing is just about right. Let's see, what is this? The Eight of Wands. Yeah, the period of confusion, you're about to get some sort of communication that helps to enlighten the both of you. Maybe you come up with a resolution, you come out of confusion, maybe it's separation, maybe there was an ending for reconciliation, but there is some sort of forward progress with communication coming in. For the Tower, we have the Nine of Swords. I feel like your guard is really high, and that's why you don't want things to change, or you're really fearful. So we've got to let go of the fear and the worry in order to see things differently. We have the Ten of Coins with the Knight of Swords. Someone's worried about if they come forward, will it affect their money? I feel like it's a positive change. Maybe this person actually is quite wealthy and they're afraid to lose that if they get involved with somebody. Maybe a prenup is needed, I don't know. But I feel like you're coming into some sort of lump sum, either like a lottery win, an inheritance, or somebody is going to financially help you in some way. The Ten of Coins is having your cake and eating it too. It's generational wealth. It's abundance. It's not having to worry about things in the physical, that all your needs would be met financially. Seven of Cups with the Emperor in reverse. I feel like you need to choose really wisely, that there's lots of choices, and I feel like this Emperor knows that, and I feel like that's kind of why he's acting a little bit out of character for him. Normally I feel like he's really calm, he's really calculated, that, you know, not much ruffles his feathers, but it's like, don't come after what he views as his, because off with your head sort of deal. So I feel like if he knows there's any sort of competition, that he is fiercely trying to protect what he views as his, and that he wants to come forward and weed out the competition so that he is the only choice that you see. Choose wisely, be very cautious. The Knight of Cups, he is coming in with a love offer. So again, we have the Emperor. We have the Emperor multiple times here as I'm looking at the cards. We have the King of Cups. We have pages. So I would say you want either a king or you want the Emperor, because the others aren't exactly ready for like long-term commitment. And they may tell you that. They may tell you, look, I just want a date. I'm not really interested in anything long-term. believe them. Believe what they tell you, because they're not going to sit here and like offer you the world, whereas the emperor would, the kings would. So you have to make wise choices. And I feel like there's multiple options, and some of these people already know there's multiple options. Some of them are ready to come forward with a real legitimate offer, and others just kind of want to play the field. The King of Cups is pretty genuine, but we have the Emperor. So we only so far, in the whole reading, there's only one queen. Okay, now it's making sense. So she might not realize that all these eyes are on her. There's lots of maybe unwanted attention. Maybe it's through things like social media. Maybe it's, she's out kind of dating, or she's on dating apps or something, and all these people are kind of all of a sudden taking notice. She's not really prepared for that in this energy, but she can be. She's doing some work on her own as well, it looks like. And then we have the Emperor again. So he's transforming as well. He goes from this very cutthroat energy to like, I got my stuff together, now I want to come forward with an offer. She's got a lot of choices to make, it looks like. So definitely with the Lovers, choose wisely, don't go and get yourself messed up with somebody who's really not good for you. I also feel like there could be a lot of illusions that maybe somebody kind of is playing games. Don't get involved with things like that. Make sure everybody's on the same page. The moon is going to reveal whatever is hidden. So I feel that under the new moon, and I can't remember when the new moon is, it may be on the 11th, that there really is some things that need to come to the surface, and that you need to find the balance. And you might be feeling like you're drowning in emotions. There might be a lot of people that are kind of spewing things in your direction, especially when it comes to offers or trying to like show affection. And so if that's not working for you, you're going to have to say so, but you have to find the balance. And part of that is going to be seeing what you truly want, and maybe with who. We have a lot of love stuff coming out in this, so I feel like love is something that's going to be a highlighted thing this week, so you're going to have to be strong. I also feel like you want to go towards emotional fulfillment. So if that's not happening, then you need to change things. Maybe you need to let go of, snakes in your midst and kind of tame the beast and go forward in a new direction. It does look like it might not go in somebody's favor, but by cutting yourself free from the obstacles and the imbalance, what's actually going to happen is you open up opportunities to enter kind of a new phase, or you go into a new world. I feel like somebody really wants to maybe show you a different world, or to show you some things that you've never seen before. Maybe it's traveling, maybe it's new jobs, maybe you're relocating, but really just changing things as a whole for the better. So you could be traveling. I also feel like you could be overcoming a lot of obstacles, or really some big challenges. For some of you, it's just love. It's like, it's not necessarily finances. There's a little bit of money stuff in here, but most of it is like love that you're going to have to figure out. And we have the King of Cups. So he wants to collaborate. He's somebody that's very nurturing. He's somebody who really will show you how he feels. You'll never have to kind of guess that. It's water sign energy, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. And he's emotionally evolved. He's somebody who does the inner work. He's somebody who knows what he wants and he goes after it, but he's also not going to play games with you. So he wants to collaborate as well. He might be very spiritual in nature. And we have the Page of Cups and the Four of Coins. So I feel like this person could be kind of lacking finances, and maybe they're worried that you're going to reject them because they don't have enough money to wine you and dine you. I think that they really are just in a fear mentality. All right. So an unexpected offer is coming. It could be from somebody that you least expect, but they are trying to come in and give you an offer. For some of you, it will be rejected. The Queen of Swords sees things coming. She's very in tune with her intuition. She's also somebody who's very cutthroat, and she has high standards. She's also got her heart in a cage, so she's not really willing to just let anybody into her energy. So you're going to have a battle on your hands if you kind of sneak up on her. She's going to want to... She kind of wants to make sure she's in charge. She can be a little bit cold as well, and she also demands respect and authority. We have some good news coming in, so I think eventually you're going to figure out what it is that you want this week, and you're going to celebrate positive news. And there is a new love offer coming in from somebody new. Again, this person could have built an empire. They're looking for someone to share it with. We also have the 10 of coins. So they are very abundant and very wealthy. The Page of Coins tells us you need to start setting some goals or manifesting positively some things that you're looking for. It's strategy, it's planning, and I feel like this person has been strategizing about how to come in with this new love offer. It's like, okay, I have everything else that I need out of life, but I'm missing the one element I want the most. What they're looking for is commitment and marriage. So you have 2 kings, the emperor, you got a lot of different stuff coming in. I feel like the Hierophant is also a card of ascension. So it's like you're overcoming these obstacles, you're growing spiritually, you're realizing what works, what doesn't work, but it's also a card about commitment and tradition. And maybe that's something you want, maybe it's something you don't want, but I feel like you have to really get in touch with what it is that you're looking for. And we have the 9 of Wands. Somebody's going to have a really high wall, and it's going to be difficult for whoever this person is or people to get through that wall. We have 2 queens that have come out in the whole reading. The rest are all male energy. So I do feel like the competition is pretty fierce for whoever these females potentially are. One side of the coin is that she's like very fiery, very passionate. The other side is she could be very cold and very detached. So it's almost like, which side of the coin are you getting? You want the side where you can kind of see the passionate side, and I feel like she shows that to people. But I feel like the other side of that is that she's very reserved, and that maybe she has emotions that she's not showing. It's interesting energy. All right, the 4 of Wands. So definitely someone's thinking long-term, marriage, commitment, stability, that we want a foundation we can build on. And there is a choice that needs to be made about the future going forward. So it's time to get out of your head and come up with a plan of action of what to do. I feel like there's been some sort of heartbreak, pain, separation, grief, or loss here, and she doesn't want to deal with pages. So there could be a lot of gossip going on, a lot of needing your courage to finally go forward bravely. So think about this. There's definitely some sort of brainstorming going on. Let's see, what else do we need to know here? What is our outcome? There it is. All right, 9 of Coins. So she's also working towards building her financial stability. The fruits of your labor are starting to pay off. We have the 9 and the 10 of Pentacles. We also have the King of Pentacles. One more. Judgment. All right, so the divine is intervening. Why? Because there's too many choices to address. So I feel like she or he, whichever side of this you resonate with, these people are waiting for divine intervention to happen. I feel like they're kind of doing their own thing right now, working towards their own goals, and that there is a tower moment that happens that kind of changes things. Judgment can also be a tower moment where it's like the divine intervention steps in and everything drastically changes because someone needs a change of perspective. I also feel like this is a period of forgiveness. So if there's been like issues and falling out with people, could be twin flames that are in separation, I feel like it's time for these things to change. Judgment is the phoenix. So you're going to rise from whatever this is that was sent to defeat you from the ashes and be reborn. Judgment is also a card of finality, and it's also a card telling you that time is up and time is of the essence. And I feel like this Emperor in reverse knows that time is running out and that he's waiting for like the green light from source in order to finally make his move. There's also other people that are waiting for a sign to make a move. So pay attention to what your intuition's telling you, but I really strongly feel like somebody is going to have some major wake-up calls, and Judgment Day is coming. Have a great week, guys. We'll see you soon.